All right, and we're live. It's a little bit later than expected, but thanks for bearing with us, everybody, and thanks for joining Ted. Great to have you here.
Hi, everyone.
So Ted is the former CTO of GitHub and is currently founder of a company called Cased. Here, I'll put the homepage on the stream so you guys can see. So yeah, I'm excited to introduce Ted and hear about what you're working on now and build some cool stuff together.
Yes. So yeah, Ted. Hi, everyone. So Cased, we are a developer tools company. We're building AI for DevOps. So the least interesting part of development, I guess, but certainly the most annoying, which is kind of where I hope AI can help. And we are rolling out, or recently rolled out, a new API. So the core of Cased is around the idea of using agents to fix your production issues, figure things out. The API allows you to, there's our website looking very nice. Yeah, there's, this kind of stuff. If you click on these things, you get a video. But if you go to our docs, you see we have our new public API here. And so we're going to try and use, and we'll see, hopefully it works, the idea of creating an agent session from the API. We're going to use Valtown for that and see how far we can get with that.
Nice. Maybe this is derogatory, but I'm wondering, like, how do you think, like, is Cased like an AWS MCP server? Is that like one way to think about it?
No, I don't think it's necessarily derogatory. I think no. So actually, I can show really quick what Cased actually looks like in practice. So
okay.
So this is a typical. So here's like an ordinary thing. You could be like, hey, what's up with I don't know, my ECS or something like that, and you get
whoa.
So you're in like a real agent.
Good animation.
Yeah. So this is really.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
Yeah. So like, let me do the animation again because that was fun. Tell me about, I don't know, our AWS info or something like this. So yeah. So this animation here, which is I wish I could claim credit for that, but that was done by not me. And then Cased is really good at tool calls. So I mean, most of the work that we've been building are these are not AI. This is real code. But we're really, really good at figuring out what you're asking for, given what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. And we were able to then take a look here and like,
nice.
So like here's our EC2. We can do things, for example, like we can add this to Terraform. Here we can find out a little bit about S3. We've got all these buckets. We can analyze them. We can pull up a little more detail, things like that. So here are some actual issues that we're seeing, like currently in this environment. This particular staging instance is in this state, indicating a failed update. There's an actual failed cluster stack. So the idea here is that you're kind of doing what a pretty good DevOps engineer would be doing on a daily basis. But in addition to that, Cased has these workflows, which is probably, I think, what people like the most. So for example, every time you deploy code, we monitor, see how the deploy is going. You can run like a SOC 2 compliance analysis, and these are all in these agent sessions. And you can kind of see these things on a regular basis. You can also define these custom workflows, like this one that I set up today, which basically tells us how long a PR has been open and then sends an alert if it's been too long. So these are just sort of standard sort of DevOps things that you want to do. But the idea, of course, are these interactive sessions, which are the most interesting. So what we can do with the API, though, and we'll see if we can make this work, is start one of these sessions based on some context. In this case, what we're going to try and do is take all those AWS emails that you get that are terrible and try to make sense of it and see if we need to do something with those AWS emails. So that's the idea. So we'll use Valtown's email hooks. What do you call it? Do you call them email hooks? Is there
yeah, trigger is normally what I call them. Yeah.
And then kind of so use that and hopefully connect.
Cool. And so I guess maybe what confused me was you call them sessions. What I normally think of as like chat threads.
Yeah, it's a good question. I guess, it's effectively, so we use this idea of a session to mean any sort of interactive or non-interactive engaging with the agent, I guess. So you could think of it as a chat thread, I guess. But for us, it's something where any session is a thing an agent is doing, right? So yeah, I think that's a fair way of thinking about it.
Okay.
What is
cool.
what is OpenAI called when you start like that's a new chat, I guess, in ChatGPT? Yeah, I guess so.
In the API, you mean, or in the web UI? In the web UI, new chat.
New chat. What is like Claude Code call when you start something new? Is they call that is that a session?
I don't know.
What do they say? What does Cursor call there? Cursor calls it a chat. Interesting.
Yeah, new chat.
I don't know. What do you call when I start a new townie? Is that called a session?
I would think of that as like a new thread, I think, but I guess probably I should just call it a new chat because that's what everybody else calls it.
See, that's what I'm realizing now. I'm like, we should change our own API on this actually. So session and chat. Yeah, but the idea is a collection of maybe back and forth or the agent just doing its own thing.
Cool. I like it. So email. We're gonna accept incoming emails.
Correct. So let's start here.
Yep.
Okay, cool. For context for everyone on the stream, I am not a TypeScript developer. So everyone, I come from a Python and C and other things like that. So this is I'm gonna write some atrocious TypeScript.
I love it.
Feel free to critique. Actually, you should critique.
I will.
Actually, this could be a learning session also for the audience as well, as we watch a Python programmer attempt to write TypeScript without any AI help. Would be fun.
Maybe could you zoom in a little bit on the screen as well? Okay, nice. We can read the code better.
Okay, so what do we got here? So we're in what kind of environment? We're in a Dino environment.
Yes.
Am I pronouncing that correctly? Dino's not Dino.
Yeah, yes, it is contested, but Dino is most common.
Okay.
It used to be Deno, but now it's Dino.
Is that the dinosaur thing, or is that related?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so we've got email. Cool. Okay, so we've got nice autocomplete.
I'm so glad that worked.
All right, so here's because I'm going to be writing a Python in here. Can I do this? Can I do that? Does that work?
Yeah, or you could just change the name in the argument as well. Yeah.
One could do that as well. Okay, cool. So we've got do something with email. That's cool. All right, so console log. Okay, so what we're going to want to do, what does the 1 out of 8 mean?
Yeah, click on the button to the right.
Oh, like options, like things I can choose.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get the body of the email. Const body email text. Makes sense. Cool. And let's do a console log of the body. Makes sense. Okay, and then so what do I do here? Email here. So I've got an address. Cool. Save. There is an error.
No, that's fine. The error is stale. If you refresh the page, it'll go away. Yeah.
All right. So in theory, now I can send an email to that. It's not in theory, hopefully in practice. I can send to that address and see what we get. Is that right?
Let's do it.
All right. So I'm sending an email to that address. Let's see what happens.
Should take like 5 seconds or so. And if it takes longer than that, we could just refresh the page to, oh, there it is.
Sweet. All right, cool. So hello, that works. Okay, cool. So let me go. Okay, so our goal here is we're going to take a boring, difficult AWS email and try and understand what something is saying, right? So let's take, I'm going to go find in my old Gmail, I'm sure I've got some kind of alert about RDS or something like that. So let's find a good one. RDS, what do I have? Yeah, so here's, okay, so here's like a good old RDS email. I'm going to send it here. We'll see what it looks like. All right, here we go. So these are extremely hard to read, as in my experience, but we'll send this here. All right, so let me send again to this. Now you generate a different email address every time I create a new val, is that right?
Every time you create like a new file.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So here is a slightly interesting AWS thing. Send this, and let's see what we get. All right, so I'm now sending an email again here. Cool. So here's our email. You are receiving this email because your AWS CloudWatch alarm, blah, 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 RDS is greater than a threshold. Here is some sort of data points here, unclear what, I mean, I think I know what this is, the CPU number, but it's unclear also what the scale of this is. So this is sort of your classic, like, insane AWS unreadable alert that no one knows what to do. So like minimum one, okay, cool. So let's take this and let's try to do something with it. So let us take the cased API and we're going to use our URL here, which is
do you have an API reference?
Yeah, so I'm pulling it out.
Look
right. Yes, it's right here. So we're going to take this.
Nice. Cool.
Let's copy this. And
you could copy the whole curl. Well, whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, actually, right?
And then ask the AI to rewrite it into a fetch for you.
Okay. Well, so the town, yeah. Wait, the town AI.
Here, yeah. Well, we have, so there's this AI that you're seeing. This like completions AI, and we also have like select to get to AI.
How do I do that?
Like just select some text.
Oh, literally just select. Like this. Oh. Okay, this will help me a lot. Write a API call with fetch. An API call. Sorry. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got this. Message post, body, email body. We lost the, I still need to redefine the URL though. Nice. Okay. Cool.
You just want the URL line. You want to start with a const.
That's right. I do know, you know, a little bit of TypeScript enough to do that. Okay, cool. So we save it, and this is going to break, but let's see what we get. So let me send another email.
What did I do? No, this is great. I would just say that I'm a big believer in fast feedback loops. So maybe we should like do it in such a way that we don't have to send an email every time. Like,
yeah. So how do we do that?
Yeah, totally. So I maybe like copy the text of the email into a variable and then call it as a function. Or maybe you can make another file that does this. Yeah, that might be easier.
No, so let's. You want me to create a new file?
Actually, probably best to just keep it in here for now.
Okay, so let's do. So you're saying in lieu of the. So So I guess my main goal is I want to Oh, so you're saying like literally instead of triggering this, just keep how do I run it without the trigger, I guess is my question.
Yeah. If your like cursor is in the code, you can hit Command Enter and it'll run it without.
Oh,
It'll
really?
just like run the file. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
But
what I.
but
Oh, wow. Okay, so it literally is just running.
it runs the file without like calling the function. It just runs the file. So
Oh,
you'll
so
just have to do.
I can just put my text in here instead and run it. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so let me define a fake email. How do you say again?
I might do this outside the function and then call the function with like there.
Yes. Okay.
So like I do like a wait.
How do you multi-line strings in TypeScript?
Backtick left.
That's it.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. That's gonna be the body, not the whole email. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So email. What is the structure of this email? Here we go.
Yeah. But I guess you're only using body, so you can also just pass in body for the purposes of this.
So how can I do? Is there like a union type that I can use here, like email or body?
Yes, there is. So just do space after email. You could do space and then no, sorry. Oh yeah, great.
After here.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, very clear. Okay, cool. All right, cool. And no one's going to. This is probably atrocious. That people will not be.
You
happy
could do
with.
body is email is like type.
Can I do something really gross like that? How would we do this in proper? I know this is not really a TypeScript lesson, but I'm curious how people do this.
I would do const body equals type of email or body equals string. Like I do ternary.
You would do like
this. Yeah, done. Look at that.
Boom. Boom. I swear, audience, we did not plan this out. We're literally just showing things off here. Okay. So we'll do hello from AWS.
You could just go to the previous log and copy it in, or go to the email and copy it in. Yeah.
Oh, even better. Yes.
I think there's a copy button over on the right.
Over here.
A little bit lower.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, look at this. Very impressed. Okay. So there we go. Right.
And I like it. And then at the bottom of the file, you could do. Sorry. We have to name the function. So you could just call it like main or handler.
Yeah.
The name goes in between. Or I think after the word function. Yeah. So there.
Boom.
Cool.
And then we'll call send email with body.
And just put in a wait before send email. Yeah. Cool. And then command enter.
All right. Command enter. And we are here. Look at that. Okay. So we've got.
We're still logging it.
Oh, we're still logging. Okay. And no, we didn't get an error.
We didn't get an error, which is interesting. I guess you can log, yeah. And maybe on stop log comment out line on line 28, you could do command / to comment it out. Yeah. Or that. Great.
Okay, cool. Let's run it again. Command. Yeah. So this feedback loop is very nice. I did not know you can do this.
Sweet.
Cool. Authentication.
Hey.
All right, good. So let's do that. So we're going to do bearer authorization.
Yep. Yeah, nice.
And wow. Wow. Look at that. All right.
Sick.
That is spectacular. So these are stored in the environmental variables over here.
Yep.
Are those specific to the individual val, or are those or how does that work?
Val scoped.
Is val scoped?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say I didn't set it, but let's try this anyway. Let's see what we get. Good. That makes sense. Cool. So now so I go to environmental variables.
Yep.
And I can add one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me get my thing. Is this going to be when I copy paste it? Will it be asterisk?
Yeah. I think we recently removed that because people wanted to see them. So I'll just take you off the screen while you do this.
I'll use the test one anyway. But yes, thank you for the security consideration. All right, so let's call that case API key.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is asterisk actually. Okay, cool. It's not asterisk.
It's hidden.
It's hidden. Well, it's like a.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, it's like dots.
Well, too late.
Well,
I may have leaked that key. Sorry.
It's a test account. Okay, cool. So let's run this again. Process.env is correct here.
Yeah, that should work.
Cool. And we got an error. All right, cool. We're moving. We're making progress. So user prompt. This is on our side. This is part of the API. So the idea here is that we basically give a prompt to the agent, right? So let's do that. And what we're really trying to say is something like, oh, look at that. We even have some nice debug logging. How do you, so you're sending this over to an LM basically with some context of the val and say, predict next or something?
Yeah. Yeah. We're using, an API for this.
Cool. Okay. Const, let's say API body. This is going to be an object, not arguments. We want user prompt, which I know this looks gross in TypeScript, but these are just standard JSON stuff. The user prompt, let me take a look at our stuff.
I guess, yeah, if you have a schema, we could provide it here.
Oh, like the actual API schema?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I've got that.
Do you guys have like an SDK?
We don't, but now that you mention it, we certainly will do that. We'll add that today. Yeah, I should do it. I mean, we could generate it, I think.
Yeah. We use Stainless, but yeah, there are a lot of other cool like SDK generators.
You use that to generate, and for how many library or how many languages can you use that for?
Stainless, yeah, it has like Kamal kind of thing.
Okay.
Or well, I don't know about them all.
Off a open API spec.
Exactly.
Very nice. Okay, cool. Well, let me pull up our stuff. Very self-conscious now that I'm thinking about things we don't have yet. as we roll this out. All right, let me get our user prompt. Sorry, 1 second.
Well, as I guess you should know that as you're running into Valentine issues, I'm in our issues on GitHub, like reprioritizing things or like adding context. We ran into this on this live stream. We need to fix it.
What do you use for use GitHub for most of your? Do you use other stuff for issue management?
Yeah, I use GitHub.
It still works mostly.
It's great. Yeah.
Do you think GitHub is slow? The new critique of GitHub is that it's too slow.
I don't know. I love GitHub. I don't know. You're not going to get GitHub complaints from me.
Well, that's good. Thank you. Someone still loves us. All right. So user prompt with the message is going to be the body. Cool. And this is an object with this and this. One thing. So some things we can actually provide in the API. Like I'll just do some excessive stuff here. You can like give some details if you want. Otherwise, we'll give defaults. But for example, here we can pass in like a model provider and a model.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like we're allowing you like probably more than necessarily optimal for our costs, but allows you to do different stuff. Cool. So that allows you to do that. Cool. And that should work. Okay, let's see one thing. Does that look right to you?
Yeah, it looks good to me. You just need to use it down below.
Yeah, so we will now.
Nice.
Should work. Very nice. Is there another way? Is there like a Deno global or something like that you can use?
Yeah, we could do deno.env.get.
Does that work as well?
Good. Yep. You just have to. Sorry, not like that. You have to do .get and then pass case deno.env.get.
Deno.env.get.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's an object.
And yeah, there you go. That's it.
Nice. What's considered preferable in this world?
It's really tough to answer that. I use deno.env.get because it's just like a little bit more idiomatic, but I misprocess that env, and it's like more familiar to people. So yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right, cool. We had an unexpected error. Well, that's always fun.
Pull up Sentry.
Yeah, so let's pull up Sentry on my side. Take a look. I love unexpected errors. That's always thrilling when you get an unexpected error. Let's see what we got. Oh, fun.
Can't see that. Can you go dark? Huh. Interesting.
Oh, wow. Okay, we have an interesting bug here. Hold on 1 second. I don't know if the audience can see my debugging eyes going.
Oh, your eyes.
No, my eye. They can see. You can at least see me looking deeply at something. All right, so we've got something. Okay, so here's actually. Let me show you actually what case itself is going to do if this is useful.
Yeah.
So when an error hits Sentry, we have a workflow in Cased that will actually pull up and try and debug what's happening.
That'd be awesome to see if you're willing.
Yeah, let me pull that up. Actually, you can see what we got. I wish I could claim this was an intentional move. But it is not. All right, so here's go ahead.
I was gonna say it's so anti-fragile. Like if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it's also great.
Even better. This is it's all according to plan, right? Okay, so let's see.
Just so you know, yeah, we're still looking at the Valtown.
Oh yeah. I'm just making sure that what we said looks good before I.
Okay.
Share it. All right, here we go. 1 second. Still waiting. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So let me show you what Case did.
Sweet.
So if you take a look here, actually, let me show this. So Cased itself actually opened up a PR
No
to fix.
way.
So fix value error. So this is literally what we just hit.
Would you mind zooming in a little bit?
Yeah. So Cased itself, Cased wants to merge, just discovered that we're basically we need a anonymous. I'm here as an anonymous user. So in this current test mode, so we're looking here at the request. If not, it will. Here's like basically this is actually a correct fix. I don't actually. This will fix it. There's another approach I want to take, but the idea is that Case detected this, immediately saw it, and opened up a pull request to fix the problem.
Damn.
It's kind of cool.
So cool.
Which is pretty cool. I would rather it have been fixed before, but we could do it. So the other thing I'll show, actually, while we're here, if that's all right, I'll show you some other stuff
Yeah.
while we wait for this to get fixed. So like, if you look here, so like, we'll go back into the case itself, right? So I can dump a screenshot.
Just so you know, I can't see anything on your screen.
Oh, can you not see anything at all?
Yeah. What? Yeah. I think you just stopped sharing. Maybe you close the window.
All right. So let's go back into case. So if I go into case, I'm like, help me debug this error. Right? So in addition to the fun stuff here, well, first it's going to take a guess at like what I'm trying to do. It's probably going to ask me what I'm trying to debug. It also is probably going to take a look at recent things that have happened, assuming this is a very generic thing, but it's going to try and be as helpful as it can.
I see. You literally gave it help me debug this error, and now it's like scouring your
trying to figure out like
what
could this person possibly be asking me. And so it's looking to see if there's any, so this is actually quite intelligent. And so we're running through a bunch of tools here. You can see it's looking through GitHub. It's now looking at some recent errors, it's seeing what is happening. This is ambitious, but you could imagine what a person would do if I just say into Slack, I'm like, yo, there's an error. It's basically trying to do that, right? Again, we're kind of like trying to think about people who don't necessarily have a lot of DevOps support, right? And are mostly trying to sort of like orient themselves and figure out what's going on. And so the agent is definitely, I would say, more ambitious than some. And yeah, so it's trying to figure out some stuff here. So here is a failure that happened in a CI run. Here is a issue, in fact, that we actually just hit, actually. This is precisely what we're just looking at, if you see. And it says here, using this, we hit this error here. There's already a fix in a PR, already implemented PR. And in case it's going to say, merge these things, actually. So, this is pretty cool, actually. And quite, similar to what, again, if I just came into Slack and I was like, shit's not working, what's going on? Case figured all that out, right? And it does this through pretty adept tool use, I think. You can figure out more of what's going on, but like I could also be like, okay, let's say like, okay, I'm trying to integrate with Valtown. That's the issue. Right? And it'll think a little bit. It has some, world knowledge of what this is. It also has some docs knowledge.
Can it browse the web?
It can if you configure a fetch with MCP, which is an interesting, speaking of MCP. So we're now figuring out, again, this is precisely what literally we're looking at here. So Valtown external API with this API endpoint.
But how did it know that was the error?
Yeah, so this is really cool. So between its ability to like look at GitHub, the ability to look at Sentry, and then look at your other stuff, it's able to sort of like gain the full context of all of the tools, right? So if you look at, these are all integrations that we have, right? And so Case at any time can basically get an understanding of exactly what's going on in your system. We should probably add a Valtown one and figure out, exactly sort of the stuff, right? So we're coming back, and again, with some world knowledge, it's now looking at, well, how does this impact the Valtown integration? And it says, well, this is the issue. Here's the issue. And it comes up with a pretty direct thing. Would you like me to merge these PRs or test it first, right? We can take actions here. We can close, review. So like, let's go actually, let's take a list. I'm bad at TypeScript, and I think my Valtown val, like this isn't true, but was poorly written, thoughts. And like, I have no idea what's going to happen here, but we can find out. It may try and suggest a fix to it, and it may tell me to dump it. Let's find it.
Well, it doesn't know about your Valtown code, right? Does it?
It doesn't, but now I'm thinking as we're talking, we could probably allow you to query that. Yeah,
Okay.
so it correctly asks, share the Valtown code, right?
This is a cool UI thing you have, these buttons. I
Yeah,
haven't
so like the
seen
button,
this.
yeah, so like we've been trying to do more of this, right? So like I think I actually had a blog post about this where like everyone's got it's very chat oriented, right? And I think our feeling is there are some traditional UX, affordances that are nice to have. And one is, like having a table. The other is like having, button suggestions. So like it's asking me to share the Valtown code, which is, I can do that. But here are some apparently common issues that are missing await keywords, which I think I didn't, do that. Requesting, so this is sort of standard type of stuff, right? So which I didn't share. All right, so let me dump the code actually, and see what it says. So I'm gonna let's like put an error in here. This for fun. Let's break. How would you? Let's do this.
Yeah, sure. It's a good idea.
Because I'm a Python person. So we'll dump this, and let's see if it figures this out. It may not. Incidentally, this is not a bad, as we're looking at this, a bad API integration that we could do to figure out, like we could probably send like a broken, bad, a val over and be like, analyze it. Here are some problems. Tom's body declared twice, which I believe is true because I defined it up there.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Missing return type, direct execution should be an HTTP handlers. That's probably right. Model name. Well, this is a little bit of correct. There's an incorrect world knowledge. API failure is not caused. So there's a lot of problem. And then like we can generate code that fixes it. So this should work much better. So if I added this, so that's actually pretty useful. Another thing that I could do is be like, let's say, so again, assuming fixing that world knowledge, I could be like, I don't know, let's say like, can you, so like we're in a, we have access to like our infrastructure code, right? I could be like, so go ahead.
I say, we do have a Valtown MCP server, so in theory we could hook that up.
Oh, a Val MC. You said a Val. There is an MCP server for it?
Yeah, it's like a little bit. It's a someone in the community made it, but in theory we could set it up and give it.
Should we try it?
We could.
I know we're going off script, but
yeah, I like it.
All right. Where are the docs for that?
I think if you just Google Valtown MCP server, it'll just give you the URL and then the instructions on how to provide your bearer token. No, not there. Let me get it for you.
Yes.
Where is it? Okay.
We got it.
I think so. Here, I'll put it in. Should I send it? I'll send it to you on Twitter.
Standard way of sharing code.
So that's just the URL of the server itself, and then you'll need like a Valtown API token too.
So this is the URL of the server.
Yeah.
Do you know like the stands for like the block that we want to use for it?
The block?
Yeah, like the actual MCP block.
Nice. Yeah. That makes sense. Here's. I think this is what you're looking for.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let me share this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm not sharing my screen, but I will really quickly. One second.
Yeah, then we'll just have to unshare while you add your token.
Yeah. Okay, so for those watching at home, this is the Valtown MCP. Taking a look.
Yeah.
So this was made by the community.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, so this is a model context provider. To execute in the Valtown environment.
Yeah, so it can like read and write and deploy new stuff for you.
Oh, cool. Okay, so let's take this block here. Let's come back to Cased and dump this.
I think we're still on the other.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna want the Valtown thing here. Case is asking for a command, which makes sense. Yeah. Hold on a second. So yeah. So how does he have it? He's got it with.
It's like a hosted server.
Okay. Yeah.
You guys don't do hosted MCP servers yet? Maybe?
No, we do it like this. So we'll do it. I'll do it more like this. So like that. Except there is an error in the JSON. Do you see what do you notice the syntax error?
Yeah. He just put a syntax. Yeah, he just doesn't have the starting left bracket. Yeah.
Up here.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Maybe you need another one. I don't know.
Let's try this. So this is the path to. So that's okay. So
Then you have to like install a thing. Yeah, I don't know if we want to do this. Abort. Abort.
What I would normally, we would install the actual. So what we would do.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So like we would install the package, and run it. But we should add a way of doing the hosted stuff. Do you have this?
Yeah.
Do you have the MCP server running locally?
I don't. Apparently it can, and he has like a way to install it in Linux. It looks like, but I haven't done that.
I kind of want to. Should we try? I mean, not to go too far. Should we try? Is that interesting to try? Should we try and get it running locally, really quick?
Let's see. Download the appropriate binary from the latest release. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's on any package hoster thing. Are you guys have a Linux environment?
We do, but I was thinking I could just try it locally and see.
Oh, on your computer?
Yeah, just for fun. I mean, it's like it's an unexpected part of the demo. If you want to just try it, I don't know.
Sure.
All right, so let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna try this on the Mac.
Oh, you might have to share your whole screen now.
Yeah, it's like, let me do that. Unfortunately, Apple cannot verify it is free of malware, which maybe is fair. So maybe we can't get that. Let me see if there's a let's see if there's a way I can pull this just to clone it. Yeah, so let's do this.
Oh my God, you're gonna build it yourself?
Should we, I mean, should we
abort?
Too ambitious. All right, let's go back to the friendly confines of home here.
Are you working on, or someone on your team working on fixing this API, or should we just use a different API key?
They are working on it, but let's try. Actually, here's what we should do. Just to do more interesting stuff. Why don't we try a slightly different variation on this?
Okay.
Why don't we do this? So another thing that Case can do is, I'll show you really quick. So let's go back to the Case docs. So in Case, we have this concept of a deployment. So what we can do in Case is we can, like, when you deploy, Case will do like deployment tracking and basically tell you how things are going, how things are working. So one thing maybe we should do is we could do this with Val. Like, so tell me more about the triggers. So what other triggers can we do with the Val? So we've got email, right?
Incoming email, incoming HTTP request, and then a cron trigger for like a schedule.
Does anyone do stuff with like GitHub Actions?
No.
Interesting. So why don't you want to try that for fun? So
okay.
Why don't we take a GitHub? This will be interesting. So we could take a GitHub action, use the Val API to send some information about the deployment from a GitHub action do some stuff in Valtown and then forward that along to Case. Might be interesting.
Cool.
Let's try something different. Okay, so let's go. Let me pull up the Valtown API docs. Docs. Okay, so
can't see those.
All right, so where should we? Okay, so where shall we look? REST API.
Yep.
Cool. Using Starlight for these docs?
Yes.
Right.
But when you click into there, it won't be Starlight anymore. I guess it depends which one you want. That's the API reference, and we also have an SDK reference. This is Scalar.
Okay. So this is a TypeScript SDK? Okay. So
Yeah, the TypeScript SDK is generated by Stainless, which I think you'll think is cool.
That's what we're looking at here.
This is Scalar.
Okay. And this is Stainless.
And this is Stainless.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. So what do we want to do? So we want to send. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about this API. So what can we do with this? So we can.
You can read, write vals and files. You can. Recently, we added logs. You can get logs.
Okay. Oh, so actually, trigger. So can I trigger a val from this API, or is that separate? Or
that's separate. So yes. Basically, what we've decided is that we used to have like a trigger val API, but it was just like no. Like we give you the ability to make APIs ridiculously easily. If you want to trigger a val from an API, make an HTTP handler.
I see. Interesting. Okay.
And then you don't need like to call the Valtown API. You just call your handler, call your function, call your endpoint.
Makes sense. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's. Okay, so. All right, so how would I do this? So say I want. All right. So let's. All right. This is we're just going off script here. Let's do a new val. Okay. So let's do this. All right. Let's go absolutely crazy. Let's go into Townie. How do I go to Townie? Okay, Townie here. All right. So create a new val. I'm in Townie, right?
Yep.
All right. So let's do like GitHub action case. All right. So create val. All right. So no. So okay. So in this interface, I just say what I want. Ideally, I want a val that takes a. I'm gonna be intentionally naive here, I guess. That takes a trigger from a GitHub action deploy, sends me an email, and sends a notification. Can Townie make HTTP requests? Actually, speaking of reading stuff.
Yes. It can only make HTTP requests to vals that it's written.
Okay. So it can't browse the web or anything like that.
No, but there's like no real reason why not.
Yeah, we've been reluctant to do it too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you more about that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's try this.
It should work. Give it one more sec.
Thank you. How will you trigger the GitHub? How will the GitHub action trigger your val? Will it make an HTTP? Okay, so here are some good questions. So you tell me. So what should the best way in your mind to send from a GitHub action to a val? I guess.
Yeah. Just make a post request. It's easy.
The email will be a poem written in, let's say, like 19th century New England-ish, the Emersonian phrase of the earth plus some particular details about DevOps. Case integration. What is our API endpoint? Cool. This is good. So let me make sure I have this time the correct docs. It's this.
Yeah, you could paste in the whole curl or whatever.
Oh, cool. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's like all the context it needs.
Perfect. So let me do this.
Or you could just copy the whole docs. You guys should probably add copy docs as markdown as a thing. It's like a new pattern.
Agreed. That's good. All right. Cool. And notifies case. All right, cool. So this should be enough.
And then I guess you have to add this like curl to this in your GitHub action, but we don't have to do that part.
So we're going to need. Well, so I mean, so Val10 will make this post request, right, to case. But
yeah,
we're going to do a GitHub action that sends the val, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what we got. Okay. So
were GitHub actions made when you were there?
GitHub actions, yeah, actually at the very end, yeah. We hit. So the story about this is we never wanted to do CI/CD because we thought it was terribly. The economics were not good at that time. And so then we started it a little later. And then after the Microsoft acquisition, the economics became very, very good because Microsoft happens to have a cloud. And that I think that made it a lot easier. So yeah, that's a little bit of fun history there.
Cool.
All right, so what do we got? All right, so we've got new code. HTTP endpoint, poetic email will generate, it uses OpenAI. Oh, interesting. So it will.
Yeah, we have that built in.
Oh, so that's really cool. Okay, so it will actually use the LLM. Will blend. I did not say transcendentalist, but it correctly inferred.
Yeah.
That based on what was my vague description that I said? The New England. What did I say? New England. I said New Englandish Emersonian praise of the earth, which is indeed transcendentalist. So very, very impressive. Okay, cool. So you will need to add your case API key as an environmental variable. That's correct. And then, oh wow. Wait, no, is this Oh, so what do we get here? This is kind of right. This is the webhook URL. This is your webhook URL, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this looks right actually. Yeah. Okay. The email included. Do we like this poem? Is this a good poem? In digital fields where code takes root, the harvest comes with each commits fruit.
I guess, sure. I wonder to what extent it'll like be specific to that.
That's what I'm hoping to find out. Okay, cool. So now, how do I pull up the val? Okay, so we go here. Click open.
Yeah, that'll get you the endpoint, I think.
Okay, so I got a method not allowed because I called a get on it, right? So that makes sense. Where can I see the code? Is that?
If you close this tab or go back, like at the top of this page, you can click that. Yeah, sorry. The top. Yes, there we go.
Nice. Okay. So let's see the code. Is that my pure curiosity?
We refresh the page. That is, whoa, that's a weird bug. Okay, that was slow.
All right, cool. All right, cool. So okay, so here's the code. So this is a built-in here with the OpenAI.
Yeah, we have like a couple standard library services that we have for you. The ability to send emails to yourself, the ability to ask OpenAI some basic questions.
Cool. All right, so we've got a proper TypeScript interface. Apparently, everything is optional, which I'm sure is not correct. But okay, I mean, not that it's wrong in Val10. It's not, it's not really pure. We've got an async function. So that's what we're getting.
Yeah, that's a handler. Yeah, so if you wanted, you could do like method not allowed ! And then do command enter just as prove to yourself
let's do that.
You understand what's happening.
Okay, method not allowed. This is only for posts. Beautiful.
You have allowed keyboard.
I what?
You're allowed on your. You're very dramatic with your command enter. I like it.
Oh, yeah, it's an old habit. All right, cool. So let's see. These are defaults.
Mm-hmm. Looks right.
Generic. Do we generate a prompt? Oh, and it's going to write a whole, wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's writing a whole email, maybe in the style.
It's even thoughtful about the typography here.
Yeah.
Picking a serif font as opposed to a sans serif, I guess. And the New England thing got that going. Hey, this looks good. I mean, this seems all right. So here's our OpenAI prompt. Write a prompt about a software deployment in the style of 19th century New England. Again, it particularly now. Well, all right. I mean, Ralph Waldo Famous. Okay. The poem should celebrate the harmony between nature and technology, using metaphors of season, earth growth, and natural cycles, including specific details. Repository. 12 to 16 lines is interesting. Elevated but accessible. Blend in. Okay. Wait. Actually, now I'm actually working. Think of code as seeds, deployments as harvests, servers as fertile soil, and developers as gardeners tending the digital earth. Now
what have we wrought?
That is, yeah. What have we wrought indeed? Using 4.0 Mini, which I don't know if that's the most poetic of the models, but
I've been enjoying. I've been trying to use like 5 nano or something, just because it's like kind of I don't something about like the distilled models.
Yeah,
excite me.
Seem more creative. You think?
Not more creative. They're just. I like how fast they are. They're like I like the idea of like so much intelligence in such a little package.
I think it's cool. Yeah, and if you see very correctly, Val picked a higher temperature, thus more creative, which is true. And if it doesn't get anything, we get a deployment blooms in Digital Spring. Very beautiful. All right, this is good. All right, cool. Okay, so this is live. So now what we want to do, let's go back to Townie really quick. And okay, so this is what Townie recommended I add. All right, so I need to get my webhook URL. Now, how do I get a webhook? That's the URL that is defined. Where is it here?
It's in the middle. Like you can get it. Yeah, like open. Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
That's when we get it. Or you could ask Townie to call it with some test data because it does have.
Oh, let's do that. Actually, yeah, that's perfect. Actually, okay. So let me do. Actually, brilliant. So let's go back to Townie. Actually, yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's go. How do I? Okay. Okay. All right. So back here. All right, so in here I would call it with text data, or go back.
You could just ask Townie. Townie can figure it out, I think.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. So let me go back to Townie and say, like, can you call this val with some test data?
It did it. Yeah, you can click on that if you want. Okay, cool. All right. Now it's looking at the logs. All right. It says it worked.
Right. So this is good. This is exactly right. I haven't set the var. Okay. So now how do I do that? Do I go back to the val?
Yeah.
All right. So here.
And in theory, you can grab it from your other val.
Yeah. Okay. So let me do that. Actually, let me.
Oh, here, I'll remove it. You let me know when it's safe.
Are we all clear?
Yeah. I've removed it from the stream. Let me know when to add it back.
I'll give you a sec. All right, it's been added. Great. All right, we're good. All right, let's come back. All right, so I've added the key. Can you try again? I was gonna write something Emersonian. Can you try again? I'm not my. I'll ask in a second. You should have received the subject. By the way, the little tasteful emoji, a digital harvest, a beautiful Emerson. The one thing that you've noticed about AI models is they really do like to give themselves a lot of credit. Like you'll be like, create me a web app that has a gorgeous interface, and it will come back regardless of what it looks like, of course, and be like, I have created the most beautiful thing for you. No repository tech startup payment service. Well, that's true.
Yeah, that's
right.
legit.
That's good. Let's use case. This is our testing. Let's use case Comet as the repo. We're getting. Do you ever really give it like encouragement to the LLM?
We're getting close. Yeah, sometimes.
Keep going. I don't know if it's for it or myself. It makes me feel better. I don't,
Yeah. I saw this funny like bumper sticker about like be nice to LLMs, not because it might be alive, but for your own soul.
Yeah, I think that's true. See,
yeah.
No, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you encourage it, you feel better about things. Look at the complete success. This is not a mere success. This is a complete success. Everything. See, this is like, I feel like if you can't get enough, positive feedback from the humans in your life, and certainly no one can, why not get it from here? Okay, the log shows successfully notified case. We
did it!
Yay! HTTP webhook received, generated, and sent an Emersonian poem about the deployment. Oh no! Okay, so who did it send it to? By the way, did it send it? Do we know who it did? Did I specify?
So Valtown, like email sending, defaults to sending emails to you, the owner of the Valtown account.
Oh, so it would have sent to whoever. So it would send to my actual email address.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. A beautiful poetic emails. Check your inbox. Okay, so let's look at the logs. Can we do that?
Sure.
See the actual. All right. So this is in the one we were just looking at. Actually, let's go back here. So where is the actual?
The name, the link at the top is the
yeah.
Okay.
So here, and we should see the logs here. Logs.
Yeah, weird. It's taking so long to load.
Down here.
Sure.
Yeah, this is great. Okay, cool. So these are great. So actually, this is pretty useful. So here are all our failed GET requests as Valtown successfully done. Here we had a 200, which is correct. So this is a 200. The 200 is the Val's 200, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's correct. Yep. Cool. So that's the Val's correct. This was when we tried with a non-existent repository, which is correct. Tech startup. What do they call it? Tech startup payment service. And then here is our successful notification of cased. Did it log? Does it show if it sent the email or not?
If it sent the email?
Yeah. Or we can add that maybe to our logs. Can we do that?
Yeah. Say you could tell it like log the email that it's going to send.
Yeah.
Or
you
could add it, or you could just do it yourself.
So in here, yeah. So it goes text deployment notification, and so this is await. So where's the actual? This is the actual send. This is the function that sends.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, all right. So can we? Is there
poem?
So go ahead.
We just do like console.log poem after it, or console.log email sent successfully.
Oh yeah, I was saying, does email return anything?
No, it'll just throw if something goes wrong. So if the line of code after it runs, then it succeeded.
I'll say email sent. And so the emails, you said go to the owner, but is there a way to change the target or?
If you're on a Valtown Pro account, you can email to whoever you want. You can add a to field.
There's a to field here?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe this is a Pro account. All right. Now, can I test this directly here, or should we go back to Townie?
We could do the same thing that we set up with the email one, where you like call it in the same file. like kind of a thing. But
Oh,
I think it's easiest to just do it with Townie.
go back to Townie. Okay, cool. So
you could ask Townie, like, give me some JavaScript that like does this test call thing, and then you could like put that.
Oh, sure, we can update it in place.
Yeah.
All right. So like, let's say like I just updated the code to log stuff. We are amazing, you and me.
No.
Best team going. Okay. Do it again. I feel like at this point it's going to be almost like it's going to get a little carried away here. Like it's just too much, right? Yes, we are absolutely crushing it. Let's see those beautiful. Oh, whoa. See, this is the other thing, right? It's not discouraged because it looks like you added some email configuration hitting the free. See, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. We got to get you on a pro account.
We can see your logging is working. Let me check with the current so we can get back to our amazing success streak. But Valentine's free tier. Okay, let's get back. It's getting really excited. All right, let's crush it again. Yeah, let's go. So now, you think it replaced? So it probably
removed that. It probably removed your 2 thing.
Look, email said, and success. We just achieved total success,
total and complete,
perfect post handling. Because there's imperfect post handling. Generated single lines of email sent, flawless API call, successfully notified case, robust and graceful. The webhook is absolutely crushing it. Your GitHub actions are going to love this. It's not. This is interesting about the AI. It is now personifying GitHub actions.
That's pretty funny.
I mean, so like not only this is what you're saying about the AI looking out for its
its robot friends.
It's robot friends. That is a little interesting. All right, let's do. Should we do one more like quirky thing?
I was gonna say you could pop open your email and see if it emailed it, like in another tab, so we don't see all your emails.
Right,
and you can just read it to us if you want, or you could like pop open the one email in a new window.
Let me
and drag it in.
Let me sure I have it. Did I not get it?
Maybe you went to like your personal email or something.
Oh, maybe. Hold on, let me see.
Here, I can on my end, I could tell you what.
Yeah, can you tell me what email address it went to? I am curious to see what poem I wrote, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, I guess we could just log.
I guess we can log poem.
Your TED.io email.
Oh, that's where it went to. Cool. Yeah, that's my old. Hold
on. Didn't want to say your whole email address. Don't want to.
It's not a. You can imagine. You could. Yeah, I mean, you can imagine what the first part of ad is. It's not.
Could be anything.
Say again.
It could be anything.
Wait a second. Actually, let me hold it.
You could put it on your phone and hold it up to the screen.
Yeah. 1 second. I actually never look at that email. For context, folks, this is an email address that I've had since. I'm gonna age myself here since probably. Could it be 2009? Yeah. Wow. How many years ago was that? It's a very long time.
Yeah. That is a long time ago.
How many years ago was that?
Yeah. 16. Damn.
If you stay indoors, don't go outside, you can stay young is the key. I have been told, by the way, that programmers generally age fairly well for this exact reason, which is that, don't really go outside much. All right, let me, let's send it again. Hold on. Actually, I want to make one change to this before we do it, if that's all right.
All right. Also, we could tell it to log the poem. So just in case,
Oh, yeah. Just in case we can't get the email.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Okay. Let's log the poem and I'm trying to think of something clever. Can you also? What would be interesting? What would be something interesting? What's another? What's another? Is there other? What can we send? Is there any other like interesting built-ins that we can do, like besides sending email?
So, let's see. Email, AI. We have like a IP randomizer if you want to like hide where you're making requests from. We have blob storage and SQLite storage, so you could store like a history of these things.
Yeah, so I can store that. Is that like a publicly accessible S3 URL?
So,
you know what might be interesting? I'm sorry, go ahead.
You authenticate, so it's not like a S3 URL. It's like we give you an SDK.
Okay. Let's try this. This is a reference, of course, to the. I guess, and I mean, I would say GIST was probably a little bit of an inspiration to Valtown.
Definitely, it was, yeah.
GIST is still. I mean, I still use GIST all the time. But
yeah, GIST are great.
I mean, it hasn't really changed since about 2009 as well. But okay, let's see. Now, I think you can use the API. I think can you anonymously?
I'd be surprised.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right. I'm curious. Actually.
It'll probably ask you for an API key.
Yeah. So I think that's good. Personal access. This is also a thing. Let me ask you another. Can I create a val from Valtown?
Yeah, you sure can. You just need to create an API token that has the ability to write code.
Okay, here we go. All right, well, let's look at our poem. I feel like at this point it's now mocking us. It feels very much like it knows that we're, All right, here's the book. Inferno of code, where bright ideas grow beneath the watchful stars, the cosmic winds do blow. The repository cased comment cradles dreams anew, whilst whispers of ether binds our hearts like morning dew. With steady hand, infertile soil of service, commit cosmic. Wow. A seed of progress so now blooms as cosmic feature. That's actually not, honestly, that's not a terrible couplet. Like, I wouldn't have written that myself. Now we get really Emersonian with the little O nature, with the capital N, right? As a god. Each line a river where man and machine entwine. That's kind of nice. Now, if you add that GitHub token, we'll create gorgeous GitHub gist. All right, actually, all right. Should we do one last? Should we do one last and then close it up? If I add the GitHub token, in should we give it one last shot?
All right, let's do it.
I'm gonna go into GitHub. I don't know. The viewers probably know how difficult it is to use GitHub settings to do this. So I'm gonna see if I can do it myself. Where do personal access tokens, right? I think it's in your personal. I think it's in personal settings.
Yeah, I feel like.
You remember? Could you, if I asked you offhand, where you define a personal access?
Developer settings.
It's in developer settings.
Yeah, developer settings, then personal access tokens. Then, you know what? I bet Townie could link you to it. You could say like, link me to.
Oh,
just link me to where in GitHub. Yeah,
it's so dang hard to find it in GitHub settings, isn't it? All right, let's see. I mean, it's still carrying over its enthusiasm. All right, so let's create a token. Yeah, okay, that's the right link. Okay, so I'm going to create a new token, which is in another place. Okay. All right, I'm going to call this Townie token. going to give it repo scope, among other things. Should be enough. Oh, is there a gist scope? Yes, there is. Gist is a separate scope. Okay, cool. I have the token. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the townie, back to the val itself, right?
Yeah, add it in the environment variables.
Okay.
We actually have, if you want to do that thing again, you can ask it to make a link. No, I don't think it knows how. We recently added a feature so you can do /environment variable, like the name of the val /environment variable question mark key equals, and so then it'll pop you to environment variables with the key already filled out. But I don't know if it knows about that yet.
Cool. All right, so I just added it as GitHub token, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just added it. Let's do it again. All right, I think this would be a nice. What do you think? A good note to close on if this works.
Yeah, full circle from Val to GitHub to Case to GitHub guests.
Kind of it's a sort of, as Emerson would say, the circle of life. Let's see if we. Let's look at that magical log. All right, so let's see. Is this real? Let's go right to it. Whoa!
We did it!
We did it! Look at this. Deployment pose, case comment, repository, case comment, success, production. Star help is the commit it made up, which is display. But look at the it continually kept up with the whole thing. Now V7 star generated by Emersonian deployment webhook in digital. You know, I think I would consider this quite a success.
I think so. I think
right?
so.
I mean, we've got. I mean, this is viewers. I don't know. You know, this is a secret gist, but certainly if you want to, read this yourself, feel free to.
I'm going to be reading this poem for years to come.
I'm reading it. Look, I just saved it to my. Actually, you know what? Actually, I'm going to put this. By the way, also viewers. Hold on. Let me share one last credit to myself here, if I may. If you do enjoy this sort of poetry here, you can go to my personal GitHub here, which apparently here's my new. Oh, by the way, this is also an interesting little bit of trivia here. So I don't know what it is now, but you know how see this is back to GitHub here.
Yeah. On
top. Gist was actually a separate app. It probably may still be. I'm sure it is. Literally a separate app from GitHub itself. So we went through a period where we were intrigued by the idea of not everything being in one giant monolithic Rails app, which is what GitHub is or was. And Gist was the first thing we broke off. It also, a little bit of trivia, was the first thing that ran, again, going to date myself here, Rails 3. So we were on, GitHub was on Rails 2 for a very, very long time. And we had, this was the first one we tried. Yeah, so here's if you want to read my last little shout out to myself, if you want to read about some of my poems, actually, no, I have two. I have another one. It's poetry, isn't it? Yes.
From 15 years ago.
Yeah, wow. So if you want to see my little collection of poetry here, 15 years ago, I was putting this 2011, was storing stuff here. And I believe it's in plain text, if I think. Yeah, it is. It's in very plain text. Yeah, as plain as it gets. So you can check that out. And then one last plug, if I may. As much as I love poetry, apparently I have two. This one's locked. I don't know what. Why. I mean, there's nothing. Not what I was doing with it. This is the one that you want to check out. Poetry, but also you can check out Cased, which is my company here, and you can check out this called Kit, which is our open source toolkit for building developer tools.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool. We do a lot of it's basically all the context assembly you need. So all that cool stuff I was showing earlier in Cased, where it's it figures out what's kind of going on, uses this library called Kit, which is in Python, but there is a TypeScript thing as well. It might actually be useful for Val. I don't know if you want to look at it. but it's really good at kind of all the stuff that your IDEs and your dev tools use. There are very nice docs here. Looks similar to your docs. Perhaps we use a similar.
I can't see it.
Oh, can you not see this? Can you see this?
Yes.
These are our docs using
Nice. Looks great.
this nice little thing here. Yeah, and so anyway, all right. So that's my one spiel.
Awesome. Well, this was so fun. Thanks for coming on the stream.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. We took an unexpected detour, but in the end, we did some interesting stuff. We learned some. We got some poetry in there.
Awesome. Cool. Well, catch you next time.
A lot of fun. Thanks, everyone.